What if I told you that everything you think you know about luxury SUVs is about to be completely rewritten? We've been sold a story for years. A story that says a vehicle that can conquer the Rubicon Trail has to be punishing on the road. A story that says a cabin quieter than a library can't also deliver a heart-pounding driving experience. This is the 2025 Range Rover Sport. And over the next hour, we're going to put it through the most comprehensive test of any vehicle on this channel. We're not just going to tell you it's luxurious. We're going to show you a hidden feature in this cabin that no other reviewer has found. We're not just going to quote you horsepower figures. We're going to explain why the new powertrain in this specific model has engineers at Porsche and BMW genuinely nervous. But here's the surprising fact that changes the entire game: the most revolutionary thing about the 2025 Range Rover Sport isn't its power or its luxury. It's the silence. Not just the silence of its incredible cabin insulation, but the silence of its conscience. So the real question we're here to answer today isn't just, is the new Range Rover Sport good? The real question is this: has Land Rover finally built the single most complete, most versatile, and most uncompromising performance SUV on the planet? To understand why this vehicle is such a big deal, you need to understand the impossible tightrope it's trying to walk. The Sport has always been the edgier, more dynamic sibling of the Range Rover family. But the world has changed. The Porsche Cayenne redefined what a sporty SUV could be. The BMW X5 pushed the boundaries of supercar-like performance. Then there's the entire electric revolution. So the mission for the 2025 model wasn't a simple facelift. It was a complete rearmament. Built on a brand new, state-of-the-art platform, this is Land Rover's answer to one critical question: in a market saturated with brilliant high-tech options, what right does a Range Rover Sport have to stand at the very top? Alright, let's peel back the layers and see what Land Rover has actually built. We start with the exterior. Park this next to its predecessor, and the difference is immediately clear. Land Rover has taken an already iconic shape and sharpened it. The front end is more flush with these stunning digital LED headlights that look like they were cut from a black diamond. The classic silhouette is all there, but it's been tensioned, like a drawn bowstring. But the real magic happens at the rear. Those new, minimalist taillights are a statement in pure, simple elegance. However, and this is our first real drawback, this exquisite paint and sheet metal is a magnet for dust and minor scratches. If you're a perfectionist, be prepared to invest in ceramic coating. Now, let's step inside. Close the door. Just listen. A moment of pure, total silence, that is the sound of a $130,000 luxury vehicle. The cabin insulation isn't just good, it's almost supernatural. Then you look around. The materials are breathtaking: thick, soft-grain leather, authentic metal switches, open-pore wood. It's a masterclass in tactile quality. But the centerpiece is the new curved glass screen. The good? It's stunningly sharp, buttery smooth, and has zero lag. The bad? It's a fingerprint magnet. And because almost every function is routed through here, it can be distracting while driving. I found myself wishing for more physical buttons, especially off-road. But here's a hidden gem: the executive comfort seats. They are, without hyperbole, some of the most comfortable seats I've ever experienced. It's a wellness retreat on wheels. But a comfortable cabin is one thing. The real test for the Sport is what happens when you press your right foot down. Our model is the P550e plug-in hybrid. Under the hood is a 3.0-liter inline-six combined with an electric motor, putting out a staggering 542 horsepower and 596 lb-ft of torque. What does that feel like? You're at a stoplight. You stomp the accelerator. There's a half-second of silence as the electric motor provides instant torque, then the gasoline engine wakes up. You are not just pushed back into your seat, you are launched. 0 to 60 happens in just 4.5 seconds. In a vehicle this heavy, that sensation is surreal. It's terrifyingly fast, yet the delivery is so smooth it never feels frantic. But, this incredible speed comes with quirks. First, the weight. You feel this mass in tight corners. It remains planted and safe, but it doesn't feel as nimble as a Cayenne. The Porsche is a sports car that happens to be an SUV, this is a luxury fortress that happens to be fast. Second, the fuel economy. On a full charge, Land Rover claims 50 miles of electric range. We saw closer to 40. That's great for daily commutes. But once the battery is dead, the fuel economy for this heavy vehicle, well, you'll become best friends with your gas station attendant. So it's fast, comfortable, unbelievably luxurious, but this is a Land Rover. It's time to leave the pavement. We took this $130,000 luxury statement off-road. Not just a gravel path, deep ruts, slick mud, water crossings. And this is where the Range Rover Sport separates itself from the entire pack. The Porsche Cayenne wouldn't stand a chance here. You press the terrain response button, and the vehicle transforms. The air suspension raises, and the all-wheel drive system primes itself. The technology is so advanced it's almost boring. You just point the wheel where you want to go, and it figures out the traction. You will run out of courage long before this vehicle runs out of talent. We've dissected the luxury and proven its capability. But all that leads to this single, defining moment, the ultimate test on these legendary mountain switchbacks. This is Porsche Cayenne territory. Does the Range Rover Sport have the soul? Or is all that opulent silence and immense weight going to numb the experience? First, broken pavement. This is where most sporty SUVs fall apart. But the Range Rover Sport just floats. The air suspension doesn't just absorb impacts, it erases them. It's a monumental achievement in ride comfort. Now, the Cayenne. The tight, technical stuff. I turn into a hard corner. The steering is quick, precise, but isolated. You don't get the granular feedback of a Porsche. For a purist, that's a mark against it. But then something incredible happens. You realize the vehicle is responding with unflappable poise. The body roll is minimal. The all-wheel drive system just grips and goes. It's not a playful sports car, it's a high-speed precision instrument. You're not dancing with the road, you are commanding it. Then I find a long, empty straight. I plant my foot. The hybrid system unleashes all 542 horsepower. The acceleration isn't just fast. It's authoritative. It's violent in its efficiency, but delivered with such silken refinement it feels almost dishonest. You're breaking the law at a terrifying rate, but the cabin is so quiet, it feels like you're watching a movie. This is the turning point. The climax. The moment you realize the Range Rover Sport hasn't failed its test. It has redefined it. It isn't trying to be a Porsche Cayenne. What Land Rover has built is something perhaps even more brilliant, the world's fastest, most capable luxury lounge. The Porsche shouts its capabilities, the Range Rover Sport simply whispers, "I know," and gets the job done without raising its voice. So, after all of this, where do we land? The verdict is in. The 2025 Range Rover Sport is the single most complete and versatile luxury performance SUV you can buy today. It is a staggering technological achievement. However, it achieves this ultimate versatility at a price. And we're not just talking about the financial cost. We're talking about a character that prioritizes effortless, composed mastery over raw, playful engagement. Let's recap the undeniable pros and cons. The pros: first, a fortress of serenity. The cabin insulation is in a class of its own. Second, unmatched versatility. It can credibly be a commuter, performance machine, and off-roader. Third, effortless, terrifying power. Fourth, it's a design and tech statement that feels both timeless and cutting-edge. The cons: first, the heft of luxury. You feel its weight in corners. Second, the fingerprint magnet interior. Third, real-world fuel economy once the battery is depleted is sobering. And fourth, the staggering price of admission. So who is this actually for? This is for the ultimate all-rounder buyer. The person who refuses to own multiple vehicles for multiple tasks. They need one machine to do it all at an exceptionally high level. They value supreme comfort, technological prestige, and all-weather confidence. Conversely, you should walk away and head to a Porsche dealership if your priority is a raw, driver-focused, analog sports car experience. In the context of the 2025 US market, the Range Rover Sport arrives at a fascinating moment. It's Land Rover's powerful statement that traditional luxury brands aren't backing down. By integrating a potent hybrid system, it addresses electrification while mitigating range anxiety. Its software-defined, connected cabin shows it's fully embracing the trend where technology is the primary battleground. So, we end where we began. Has Land Rover built the most complete, uncompromising performance SUV on the planet? For the buyer who needs one vehicle to be their daily driver, status symbol, performance escape, and all-weather adventurer, the answer is a resounding yes. The 2025 Range Rover Sport stands alone. But this conversation isn't over. It's just beginning. Now we want to hear from you. What matters more to you, the razor-sharp, playful agility of a Porsche Cayenne, or the unstoppable, versatile mastery of this Range Rover Sport? Let us know in the comments below. If this deep dive helped you, if you enjoyed every minute of this tour de force, then do us a favor, smash that like button, subscribe for more of the most detailed car reviews on YouTube, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. We put countless hours into this to help you make the best decision. Your support is what makes it possible. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.